Angie, tell me, how did you end up where you are today and what you're doing today? What took you on this path?
You know what I realized yesterday under the shower when I prepared for today was that actually my path of coaching women started in my high school. The girls and the teenagers came up to me during break time and wanted to know more about the nutrition, and they came up with their sexual issues and talking about nutrition, health and sexual issues.
How old are you?
16. It started
Oh, wow.
like really 3 decades ago when I with this work I'm doing today.
Yes, and I know you had a very rich life journey as well, traveling around the world. You lived in India and you did also a lot of work there. But because we don't have much time to talk about it, hopefully people will visit your website and see find out more about you. I wanted to talk to you about a very common theme that comes to a lot of women, especially once we are married and we kind of go into a longer relationships. We often get stuck in our heads, doing things on autopilot, shuttling children around town, doing the daily chores, and these are mostly activities devoid of any passion. So I wonder, how can we bridge the gap and become this sex goddess in the evening for our husbands, but also be the humble mom and the caring housewife and etc. What is your tip?
What you mentioned is balancing all these roles we women have during a daily life, and you are also a goddess in your daily life. Yeah, that's what I teach my women, how to feel like a goddess from the moment you wake up in the morning, and really own every emotion you have during the day with your kids, with your partner, with your clients, and own yourself as being a goddess at all times, when you're sad, when you're fearful, when you're happy, when you're in your full feminine energy. So we have been taught by our mothers that somehow we have to please and be perfect moms or teenagers or women, and it's not about being perfect here. And what I teach my women is more like simplicity, because I think we have to get out of the head what you mentioned into more of this simplicity, yeah? And what I teach my women is are simple tools for your daily life that you can integrate in your daily life to bring back energy, bring back balance, bring back happiness, cope with your fear, cope with your self-confidence, how to build self-confidence. And as you know, and what you just mentioned, is that we don't have so much time every day for ourselves because there are so many duties, especially as moms. And we need to learn these micro meditations, yeah, and that's what I teach my women, these micro meditations, these short rituals that we can integrate in our daily life. For example, before you even get up, you do a meditation, setting intention, you do a yes meditation to really bring energy into your body and connect with an intention for the day. This is like 1.5 minute meditation before you even get up out of your bed. Then I would never give my client or share with my client, hey, start doing a 1-hour yoga class, half an hour meditation, silent meditation, because we didn't grow up in a society where this has space, yeah, during our daily life.
And often because we are overwhelmed by it, we would rather not do it at all. So that's
exactly.
And another thing that I'm thinking, we often battle with our perception of who we want to be or how we want to be, some belief that we have about ourselves, and we don't let ourselves, we have this idea, if I'm a strong woman, I'm not supposed to be sensual or sexy because this is making me weaker.
Exactly.
And I think that this is something we all share, this idea that we are rewriting our own stories, our own rules, and we can be, it's about choice, who we choose to be, but we have to be aware that we have this choice, right?
Exactly. So what I've seen and I observe every day with my women that I coach here in Switzerland and all over the world, in person and online, that we need these tools. Sorry, I lost the...
That's okay. I wanted to say that we want to be strong, and for us, being sexy and sensual is weakness.
Exactly.
We don't want to let it into it.
Exactly. So we were told that, for example, Titalia, cover your breasts. You know, you're not allowed to show your breasts, otherwise men will be attracted by you and maybe even touch you or abuse you sexually. So we started...
I'm sorry.
We have been taught to hide, to hide our body, not to show ourselves who we are and who we want to be. And also we have been taught that things that we think or do or show are dirty or not according to how society or status quo is teaching us. So all these belief systems have influenced us from childhood on, like this part is dirty, don't show off, otherwise men will be attracted by you sexually. And we have dimmed our own pleasure with this. So I teach my women how to go back into this sensual embodiment, like what you mentioned before, getting out of the head into the body and say yes to our pleasure. And
where this whole suppressing our desires, suppressing the needs of the body and who we truly are because of our beliefs in our head, where is this taking us? Is it actually harming our health, or it's just
it's whatever we suppress in our bodies can lead to pain, can lead to health problems, can lead to low libido. And actually, when we are disconnected to our sexual and sensual energy, we become not only numb in our vagina, but we also can become numb in our heart and in our mind. Because these deep belief systems are actually, these subconscious belief systems are so powerful. They influence our whole being a lot in our daily life.
Well, you talk a lot about these taboo topics for many women, and we have a lot of fears around our vulnerability and sexuality, so you hold this sacred space for women to feel themselves again, right? And is this what the Goddess Journey is about?
Yes, the Goddess Journey is exactly what you just mentioned. I offer women a personal safe space, but also for groups, for women's circle, so they can share their deepest taboos, fantasies and fears with me or in a circle of women. And as you know, as we can see in different cultures and traditions on this planet, where the women get together and share on like body level, give each other massages, or they come together and let go their moon blood, or they come together and pray, come together and read and meditate. A lot of energy gets built up, and we can let go of being judged, because in these circles there is no judgment.
Well, also the fear of being judged is what
Yes.
I feel holds us most of the time. What would the other person think? It
Exactly.
makes us downplay our game.
Because we have learned from our mothers that you better please the others. Yeah? We have to please others so that we can feel this appreciation, love, and being seen. And my mother, she taught me, as I mentioned before, this healthy food, healthy living, healthy healing. And but on the other side, she also taught me that, Angela, you better perform, do, and give, so that you can receive maybe some love, appreciation, and being seen and respected.
Yes.
And that's what was very deep within my system for many, many years. And I realized through the work with women in all corners of this globe, because I've traveled a lot, and I've realized that this giving, performing, and doing is a masculine energy, is an empowered masculine energy. And I inspire and motivate and guide the women into this receiving, being in the flow, being creative, and reconnecting with our bodies, with our vagina, breasts, and our beautiful heart, to really heal ourselves and be in this balance of masculine and feminine. And we haven't learned that, we haven't been taught how to balance these energies.
Tell me, what is the Yoni Egg? Something that you talk a lot about, and it's part of your practice and what you teach women. How do they experience transformation through such a ritual?
The Yoni Egg is a very ancient Tao Tantric tool that Chinese concubines used to practice to also please the king, and just stay rejuvenated. And it's a tool for enhancing longevity, creative flow, the sexual energy. And I teach this practice to all my women because it helps us to reconnect with our sexual energy. And when our vagina gets reactivated and we massage our yoni. Yoni is the Sanskrit name of the vagina. I love it. I like it better. So the yoni egg gets inserted. It's a crystal. This is a rose quartz. Yes. Rose quartz is the heart stone, is the love stone. So you also with the crystal, you bring the energy of the crystal, the love, into your vagina. There are a lot of reflexology points in the vagina that get activated, and so the women, they can reconnect with their yoni, with their sexual energy. And that's also the tool and the essence of when we have a numb vagina, a numb yoni, and we are not connected with the sexual energy, the blood circulation is not flowing in this area. And then also the hormones are not flowing. Yes. Yeah, so that's the connection.
Actually brings me to the question, something we discussed with Audrey already, about women and aging and their hormones. Yes. And how does PMS and also menopause have to suck? I've heard many terrifying things about menopause, and I'm already terrified, but whenever the signs show up, I'm already in a defensive position. How can I change this? Is it possible?
See, this is
it's
what
the beliefs.
happens. That's what our women around us, society, the doctors, the pharma industry, has taught us, and lets us believe that you better watch out for your menopause, because it's going to be very suffering. My mother was suffering a lot with the different symptoms. I suffered a lot with my PMS and menstruation in my life, and I have been taught by women out in the poorest of the poor villages in India. I've been taught by very expensive Tao Tantric teachers on this planet about all these rituals and practices. And it sounds very simple, and it is very effective, and it definitely doesn't have to suck. it's all about stuck energy, and it's when we suppress this energy and we don't listen to our bodies, listen to our vagina and heart and mind, then these imbalance and this harmony come into our bodies. Yeah. But if you are already a vegan and you do some yoga practice, you do meditation, you maybe have heard of how to balance your chakra system, or you've heard an audio about how to balance chakras. I just love the chakra work. And you've been to hypnosis or different therapies that help you also balance your energetic body, then you don't have to be afraid of the menopause. Okay. Because these are tools that help you leave your body, your vagina and your heart and your mind and your soul in balance.
And for me, it's all expression of yourself. It's one of the most important things about womanhood, that we have to be able to express ourselves, and in any form, energy. And so exactly. Where can we find you? You mentioned so many things which spark my interest, and I'm sure the interest of our viewers, and I'm sure there will be a lot of questions. So I want to ask you, where can we find you, and how can we serve you?
Thank you. You can find me as Angela Ramel on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, also angelaramel.com. And I'm actually hosting a free Goddess Masterclass tonight, and there will be a Yoni Egg initiation ritual in a women's circle on the 13th of January in Zurich. And all the details, you'll have them on social media. And please join the Goddess Glow Sisterhood private Facebook group. To really go back into your glow and shine from the inside out through this reconnecting with your sensual and sexual energy.
Thank you, Angela.
Thank you so much.